I want you to imagine something for me. You're standing in the middle of a wide open field, the crowd surrounding you on all sides, as you complete the final play to win your sports championship game. The crowd goes crazy, cheering you on as you win your championship. Your friends, your family, your loved ones all come rushing out into the field to hug and congratulate you on your impressive accomplishment. You relish the moment. You embrace it. That sense of accomplishment you feel is the same sense of accomplishment that players and champions of any sport would feel when they win their championship. And it's the same sense of accomplishment that golfers feel when they win their tournament championships. My name is Joey Michaud, and I'm going to tell you today why I 100% believe that golf is a sport, and I'll explain to you why you should too. Simply put, golfers in today's society are constantly called out for playing a sport that many simply believe is not a sport. The amount of hard work that they go through every single day to be mentally and physically prepared to compete at the professional level is often ignored by those who really have no idea what it actually takes to compete. In order to compete in this modern sport, in the modern day, golfers must be physically fit beyond mere couch potatoes like so many would suggest golfers are. As Neil Tappan at Golf Monthly magazine suggests, in today's professional sport, if you cannot drive the golf ball at least 300 yards, the length of 3 football fields, you're at a major disadvantage. You need that strength to hit the ball that far to keep up with the rest of the field. In fact, each of the top 10 players in the world spend monstrous amounts of time in the gym, and most have their own strength and conditioning coaches. Beyond pure brute strength, golf is a sport of tedious repetition and training. Tiger Woods, one of the greatest golfers of all time, perfectly exemplifies what it takes for a professional to train within his sport. According to a study done by Brent Kelly, Tiger's training regimen each and every day consisted of an early morning 4-mile run, a weightlifting session, followed by a 3-hour practice session on the driving range, followed by a 4-hour round of golf, walking, followed by 1 to 2 hours of short game practice, followed by another 4-mile run, and finally finishing off the day with a game of basketball or tennis. Each and every day, the same thing, over and over again. So to anyone who continues to claim that golfers should not be considered athletes because they, quote, don't work hard enough, I would kindly ask you to try that sort of training schedule out for yourself before you make a judgment on a sport that you've likely never played seriously yourself. If you still don't believe golf is a sport, maybe this will change your mind. USA Today's Steve DeMeglio tells the story of Tiger Woods' 14th major tournament victory. And this tournament victory is not simply memorable for being his 14th championship, but rather because he did so while previously suffering up to the tournament multiple stress fractures in his left tibia as well as a torn left ACL. He won this tournament despite these injuries. And it is important for you to remember that he did this while walking approximately 20.6 miles on a broken leg and a torn ACL. That is simply remarkable. And to me, it seems like a clear case against anyone who claims that golfers are not tough enough to be considered athletes. For those of you who are still unconvinced, I urge you to keep an open mind. Not only do golfers see their game as a sport, but most, if not all, of the mainstream media see it as a sport as well. The International Olympic Committee recently reintroduced golf into the Summer Olympic Games in 2016 and it will again be played in 2021. Colleges and universities consider golf a sport and regulate it with rules and conditions under the purview of the NCAA. Hell, if golf isn't a sport, then please explain to me why the Associated Press awarded its male and female Athlete of the Year awards to a golfer a combined 33 times. Simply put, golf is a sport. There is no denying that. I have personally played the sport competitively for years, and I can personally vouch for the amount of training, hard work, dedication, and physical and mental toughness that it takes to compete at just the amateur level, let alone professionally. I have seen people spend hours baking under the hot sun, training over and over and over again to prepare themselves for the big tournament in the coming weekend. No different than football players do each and every day on the practice field. I would love to see the day that everyone accepts golf for the competitive and exciting sport that it truly is. If not for the sport itself, then for the athletes that put in the work every single day to improve their own individual games. And I urge you to be a part of the movement that supports the work they put in on a daily basis, rather than a part of the group that ostracizes the athletes for playing a sport that they simply believe is a game, when we all know that this game is a lot more than that to these athletes. Thank you.